Hello fellow Helldivers, Thornton here, and today we are going to be talking about, well, the Gloom. It's been in the game for quite some time, yet it hasn't really done a whole lot, or at least not yet. That being said, it looks like there's going to be some big changes coming to it in the very near future with new enemy types that were found in the files. We're going to go over all of that without further ado. Let's jump into today's topic. Today we're going to talk about the bugs and what it looks like to go on with the Gloom, as that seems to be a future focal point of the game. So let's go ahead and do a deep dive into what we can be expecting with the bugs. It does look like the Gloom is going to be something that's already been teased by Arrowhead. As they were actually asked recently, they're working on a planetary modifier that will see new lethal variants of some of our existing bug spawns. I'm pleased with how they are turning out, and I think they will present a unique challenge for the Helldivers. Another enemy I've worked on is the Impaler, which I will not say more about at this point. Obviously, this was a question asked before the new escalation of freedom, where they did talk about the Impaler that they've been working on, and that the Gloom is going to be something that modifies the Terminid enemies into something much more dangerous. According to some data mined information coming from Iron Sights, it does appear that there is going to be an evolution of these creatures. Now, according to some information, it does appear that there is an NPC called the Architect, which could be involved with the evolution of bugs in some way. There's actually a model in the game right now of something called a dragon, or a bug dragon. In fact, Iron Sights said that there's more proof of the bug dragons existing as juggernauts than the Hive Lords, and well, we've seen a lot of leaks and information about the Hive Lord. According to that same information, there are some abilities already found for the Dragon Lords. There's Fly, Burrow, Unburrow, Start Dive, End Dive, Crash, Bark, but it has more abilities than the Shrieker, and it cannot open a bug breach as of when he had found that information. There was oddly enough some stuff for Helldivers 2 soundtrack that featured flying space bugs as well, so it does seem like this is something that the developers have been working on for quite a while, and it'll be interesting to see how the Architect actually rolls into this. We also know that at some point there are supposed to be more variants in the future, like hallucinogenic bugs, and if you think that sounds kind of crazy, well, there's a new spore system that is being worked on in the future. Iron Sights went ahead and gave us a pretty basic rundown right here back in May, letting us know that there are mutated acid planets, which we have kind of briefly seen, but death troopers who are equipped with fluoroantimononic super acid. You'll have to wear gas masks on the planets, and one of the planets is described as having deposits of poisonous gas, lakes of acid, fog so thick it is impossible to see. These planets will be violent acid storms. Along with that, there will be orbital acid burst stratagem, hallucinogenic mutation, which we just went over with the bugs, where certain planets and bugs will release hallucinogenic spores. So if you thought fighting the Terminids and automatons threat was bad enough, try doing it while going high on a trip. That looks like something that we may very well have as a future challenge when we go onto these planets. Iron Sights did let us know a list of the planets. It's actually a fairly old list, but he updated it on June 10th. Some of these we've already seen, but there is in the files right now: Bug Homeworld, Bot Homeworld, Illuminate Homeworld. Can't wait till we finally get those. Mines of Zion, Forest Cathedrals, Heroes Bayo, Coldith, Miasma 8, Darkwater Bay, Bug Quarantine, Meridian, Leah, which I think we blew up, RP426, Usheron, Outpost 31, Franklin's Retreat, and Protea as well. Some of them, like I said, have already come to the game, but it will be interesting to see which one of these actually ends up giving us the dragon bug and then also makes us, start to trip a bit. But the big question is, since this is on the Terminid side of the map, is it gonna make its way to the Meridia black hole, which has been, the last major story beat we got involving the Illuminate to some capacity? And what would happen if the Gloom got into the other side? We do actually have some early data mine information from a Coretta Kelly broadcast, and we'll play it in the video right here so you guys can hear what's coming. If you don't want to know what is going on with the Gloom and what our plan is to fight it, you can turn away now, but you will be in for a little bit of a shock and surprise to see what exactly is going to be the outcome of the Gloom.
Good evening. I'm your host, Coretta Kelly. Today, the mysterious cloud of spores known as the Gloom finally showed signs of slowing its growth. The cloud, which began emanating from the core of the Terminid quarantine zone last week, has doubled in size almost every day and now encompasses nearly a dozen solar systems. All attempts to peer into the Gloom so far have failed, and military probes sent inside have all quickly ceased broadcasting. Experts speculate that the Gloom could be some kind of mutation incubator, supercharging the already extremely high rate of Terminid evolution. Currently, efforts are underway to construct a sturdier probe by insulating it in several layers of aluminum foil. That's Liberty's latest. I'm Coretta Kelly.
So that's all the news that you guys need to know about Helldivers 2 today. That being said, we're going to go ahead and move into some of the fun gameplay and clips. Remember to submit any that you guys want to see on screen. Feel free to do so. But without further ado, let's watch the best highlights of the last couple days of Helldivers 2 players. Let me know down below, what do you guys think about the Gloom coming into the game in the very near future, and do you think it'll have a big impact on the, well, Universal War? Also, don't forget to check out this video right here where I cover more news on Helldivers 2 on the daily, and until next time everyone, thanks for stopping by. Keep spreading managed democracy.